Well, greetings, hello, and welcome. I'm Imperial Jedi, and I literally have just gotten back from San Diego for TwitchCon, and I drove down there. The whole time while I was there, driving back, everything, I was just so, inspired by San Diego. What a beautiful city. If you've never been, an absolute gem. It's a southwestern U.S. border city. Kind of shares its border with Tijuana. And it's California, going into Baja California. So just a beautiful region, bright sunny days, beaches forever. And it was such a fun place. And I kind of thought I'm still kind of in this weird limbo state where I've got some assets and some mods that were working great before the last DLC came out, but I still haven't really put a lot of time into trying to fix those. So I thought Vanilla City. So here we are using one of the new maps, just from the new plazas and promenades. And if I kind of go over a bit of the lore and I think kind of the mission agenda for the city here. So we're going to picture this as our main coastal highway. This I guess would be I-5, but it's our own highway in this case, right? So coastal highway going up, that would be northbound up here. To our left, that's the Pacific Ocean. That's awesome. And so that means this way would be south, and that would be Mexico somewhere down there. So how do we simulate that in a vanilla setting, right? That'll be kind of fun. What I had in mind though, really for this series was just to play true vanilla, all the DLCs, all the content creator packs, but just do a 9-tile city, see where we end up. Can we simulate something like a border, maybe using some toll booths or some big fences and stuff? Can we do a convincing enough downtown, right? San Diego has got outstanding baseball culture. So let me kind of give you the whole thing here, right? So what I'm picturing is this will be downtown, kind of part of that peninsula and this open part here. We're going to use the highway here as kind of the dividing line between downtown. And I don't know if I want to call this uptown or midtown or something, but this will just kind of be the break point, the highway right there. So more residential focus on, to the right, more downtown to the left. And yeah, because, San Diego, the baseball, man, it was so good. So TwitchCon was taking place at the same time that the Padres were trying to clinch the last spot for the wild card for the playoffs, right? So just every single person was sitting on the edge of their seat every minute of the day waiting for the game to start. And then just baseball culture took over the nightlife. It was so much fun. And then they won. That was even crazier too, right? So you're just riding the high from the hometown feels, and just, man, that was fun. So what I'm kind of thinking is over here in this peninsula area should be really fun nightlife stuff. This could almost be a bit of Gaslamp mixed in with the baseball stadium. So some key walls to kind of separate the height, beaches forever. San Diego has such nice beaches. So yeah, I want to try to incorporate all this. There's a lot to do. So strong Harbor Boulevard. The downtown will be a really simple to navigate grid. So if you're a tourist, you're visiting, that kind of stuff, it's just so easy. So 1st Street, 2nd Street, 3rd Street, and then we'll do an ABC, So that'll be kind of cool. And then we'll change the name of the streets, when you get into Uptown and whatever. But yeah, just so much to do. The city, I think, will kind of unfold as well. I've got some ideas, but I'm more in my mind just kind of picturing already the downtown, and we'll see how the outskirts come together. And then San Diego also has amazing shipping, harbor, freight. There's just so much stuff to do. And yeah, the game, I don't know. I have a million thoughts right now. But the game, City Skylines itself, right? It's getting old. But what's really interesting is with new content still coming out, they're selling more copies now than ever. They've just crossed 20 million copies sold. That's crazy, right? And so what is it right now to be a brand new player in City Skylines? What does it feel like? That's what I'm kind of curious about too, right? So that's kind of the goal of this series. It'll help me out with my modded content as well, because you kind of have an idea of what's possible if you play with a lot of mods. But vanilla, I think, is where it's at. Quality of life comes from the mods and replayability and stuff. But it's a good game. All right, well, enough chit chat. Let's just jump in here and start getting some stuff built. I think the goal of episode 1 is to just get ourselves through the first milestone. Maybe not make too many mistakes, but I don't know. It's so weird. Even this far into I have 6,500 hours of gameplay. I still make so many rookie mistakes when I start. It's an interesting game though. The more you play, the better you get, hopefully. And the better you get, the more fun you have when you're playing. Not that you weren't having fun before, but just becomes like a vicious cycle. And if you're having a lot of fun, like more fun, you want to keep playing. And if you keep playing, you get better. Yeah, it's dangerous. So I think I'm going to make some rookie mistakes, which is kind of fun. We can learn from them, but just, yeah, this game. Always wanting to play. I kept thinking I would like burn myself out eventually, but no, here we are. All right, so I'm going to make it seem like these streets were once connected. So they're going to line up, but the highway, like I was saying, is going to be our dividing line here. Let's change this over. I was going for like some Latin feel for the music, because like culturally, San Diego also, what a great city that is. Like, holy smokes, all types of food, all walks of life. A lot of Latin, you know, influence, Mexican influence too for like the food and everything. It's like, it is amazing. And like, you know, the first like kind of trip, you know, because of pandemic and stuff, right? First trip in a hot minute. And so that was nice to get out, and it was a really good experience. Let's give ourselves 3 tiles in between. That way we can do like, you know, a walkway, a fence, and some trees. Just a little bit more room for it all right there. Overlapping stuff in vanilla is a bit challenging, as you guys know. And I've just kind of swapped to some of our newer roads here. So a median to keep it feeling like you want to go a bit slower, and then wide sidewalks just for our residential streets. And yeah, what I'm kind of picturing here is like we'll start the boulevard soon. I don't really have the money to kind of go ham with it, but I'm feeling like, you know, a little bridge right there and that little dip, and then we'll go straight, and then we'll kind of like cut around here, straighten out a bit. But yeah, I think the only thing that will meander will be like Harbor Street or Waterfront Boulevard, whatever you want to call that. And then we'll start numbering the streets like off of that one. So it'll be like Harbor. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it Harbor. And we'll do the American spelling too, which will make our Commonwealth friends kind of be like, I see Imperial. Yeah, in Canada, as well as like Australia, like all those places, right? We use a U, letter U a lot. So like armor, you know, harbor, O-U-R. Old English spelling, I guess, right? Anyway, so we'll do the American spelling for this one. We'll have keys as well, some nice strong things there. And then we'll start, yeah, First Street, Second Street. And then really have a focus on all of that just for the downtown part. Okay, let's pause because, you know, we're going to spend a little bit of money here on road maintenance. No sense just chit-chatting here while the money falls out the window. And so that means Harbor, and then like what? First, Second. I want this to be 4th Avenue, just because that kind of has like a cool name to it. So why don't we have a transition street here where we put in some commercial or something too, right? Let's keep the 3 tiles just for gridability. And that should be enough room to hop with Harbor right there. And then, you know, it's going to be a grid in the sense that what I was kind of picturing too is when we get over to like here, First Avenue might just kind of bank at a gentle 45 and then come down and straighten out again. So you don't have to like meander too far, but we'll see how that unfolds. I feel like the first tile, it's going to be in a bit of a state of flux as well, just because of our, you know, milestones and whatnot. And I'm debating whether I want to like, not sink the ship, you know what I mean? But I'm kind of thinking like maybe we just let the clock and the finances kind of run to the point where we get the bailout. So we've got a little bit more credits to start with here, some wiggle room, you know? See how that kind of unfolds loosely in the next few minutes. Actually, honestly, let's do that, eh? Let's do that. Let's get some expensive stuff in. I'm actually going to run the clock. Well, let's spend the money first, then we'll run the clock. If you get to minus 10,000 credits, the game will offer you like a 50,000 credit bailout. So if you're one of those like brand new players here, I will kind of sprinkle some like helpful stuff in. This was not necessarily supposed to be like a tutorial. A lot of my videos are like tutorial in nature to start, and then we kind of like, you know, just stray so far from the path. But I think with this playthrough, I just kind of want to just build. I wanted to see you're done, you know. And unlike my previous series where I kind of just like, you know, let the recordings get away from me, this one I really want to just like bulk record a ton. So I'm very welcome to suggestions and like improvements and that kind of stuff. It just might be like a few episodes later that you'll see them kind of get in. And I'm still going to try to make it seem like, you know, we're not doing this like 25 episodes recorded at once, but it might work for the flow. So you never know. I feel like when you feel the call for content, you gotta work with it, right? All right, well, that's not a bad little basic start, actually, all things considering. I like there's a little bit more room in here too. Some of the blocks are going to get a bit wide, which is nice. And I think we have also like opportunity then, especially for a residential perspective, like, you know, have like a little crescent, right? Like with maybe, I just don't know how we can do like a turnaround. Would it be cute to have like, yeah, like a little parking situation, you know, that can be like a clinic back here or something, right? And that one would not be like first, second, third. It'd be like, you know, oh, Kent, yeah, Kent Crescent. I like that one, eh? There, Kent Crest. Cool. All right, we'll name the streets in a hot second here. Let's get some more of this in. Before we go any more spending, I'm going to connect our power lines together. This will be a bit challenging to try to like get everyone on board without spending too much money. Yeah, it's tough. I always feel like I don't leave enough money set aside for the utilities, like power and pipes every single time. I'm like, oh, there's no way that'll cost more than 2,000, and oh my god, it always does, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. If we play our cards properly, that's even safer. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad start. Here I am saying I'm terrible at starting, and this is probably one of my best starts we've had in like forever. Yeah, there's something that's really fun about like starting a fresh city. I almost enjoy that more than kind of continuing along sometimes with the big ones. You know, when the game is paused, I think you get a pretty decent refund, you know? But I feel like that's not really the best way to go about that. Yeah, okay, there's your money. Okay, that's fine. Ideally, we would be expanding our residential before industrial, but you know, just filling this all in, right? Okay, I'm gonna press 3 speed here. I think we're okay. So I do want to get to minus 10,000. In case you're like, whoa, you haven't zoned or anything yet. Yeah, that's okay. We'll zone a little bit as we go, so the city isn't just kind of like stuck in a weird death wave when everyone comes in at once, but our goal here is to get offered a bailout. And you may not even know about the bailout. This could be like, whoa, Imperial, what is this black magic? I know, eh? All right, eager beavers coming into the city. That's excellent. Yeah, I think the clinic back here might be kind of a fun little thing. So a little bit of shopping. We'll do the clinic. Some walking paths would be nice as well. My plan's going to go sideways, though, if we start getting into like a positive budget here and just get stuck in this little financial rut. In reality, though, like the things we put down, especially the power plant stuff, these are expensive. If you are brand new and you're looking for like strategies to save on money, you can lower the budget. You don't really need the full extent of the power plant. Start with a wind turbine. Maintenance is less on those. You can disable big buildings that are expensive as well, but that's like, you know, 560 for upkeep versus what is upkeep on this one? 80. Oh my gosh, that is so much more effective or affordable. Yeah, see, I kind of thought that might happen, eh? Oh, for Pete's sakes. Well, stuck in weird limbo. That's okay. Maybe don't zone any industry until we hit minus 10K. Why did we put the residents down? I was even talking about that too, for Pete's sake. Okay. Well, what can we go over really quickly here? Some more of the mission agenda, right? Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a really good monument to use, like maybe out there, like maybe like Lady Liberty or something. That can kind of be like a lighthouse as well. Makes sense for the harbor. And yeah, the industrial, like the freight stuff, would be so much fun to get like Industries DLC talking and seeing tons of trains moving through. And it's always a fun challenge too if you try to get like a one-way network going, so you can force trains to take like the long way. I know there's not much here, but this is a really cool start. I'm really excited. I just feel like, yeah, do we like unzone this? Do we wait? Like, oh my goodness, eh? Can I increase the budget? Oh yeah, eh? Let's go. Spend some more money, why don't you? And again, all we're trying to do is just get to minus 10,000. That was just me jumping the gun, putting those people in, but I had good intentions for what it's worth. Okay, let's start zoning some industry because we're just about to hit the magic moment there. And it's a consequence-free 50K. So you don't have to worry about like paying off like loans or any of that kind of stuff. So I would kind of push for it if you're a newer player, right? You get stuck in this lull sometimes. Okay. I'm jumping the gun. I'm aware of it. I just want to get the ball rolling here, right? Okay. Oh my goodness, I swear. I literally, like, I'm so bad at this. Can you teach old dogs new tricks? You can't. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. I feel like City Skylines, the more you play, the more self-discovery you do, eh? I think I'm impatient. I'm impatient. We have to fix that. Okay, there's the bailout. It's a little bit too much psychoanalysis here as well, eh? So back to 100. That is fine by me. And our newfound wealth will give us the chance now to build that harbor road, which will be really nice. So industry. Industry gets its own little crescent street as well. That'll be kind of fun. Okay. We don't have enough people, I don't think, coming in to make the milestone happen. So let's just do a bit more people zoning. Let the milestone come in. We'll put down the services. Oh, there they are right now. Put down the services associated with a milestone so we don't, like, go backwards in progress here. There we go. Let's not buy the recycling center just yet. Let's save some money. Not that we don't want recycling, but... And I think I mentioned this, I may not have, could be repeating myself, but we have just the default vanilla and kind of like the American, like European and American style stuff. So we got like more assets and everything to work with here. And the goal of that too is to get more like housing styles in play. Just for like, you know, more customization. Cute little neighborhood school right there. And then, yeah, let's put the clinic, I think just like in here is a nice little spot. I love, this is since, again, if you have not played Skylines in like ages, when the Sunset Harbor DLC came out like last April, they gave the ability for like these kind of buildings to have a little bit of wiggle room. See how far over I can put that without it really being like an issue? And then it fills the parking lot and all this stuff in. Like, that's cool. From a vanilla perspective, I feel like these little twists just make the game look a bit more like, you know, a bit more sandbox, a bit more fun. Bit more of a nice little twist. So quality of life just in the base game has gotten a lot better. I don't know if you noticed too, but the game just plays very well. Mods and assets will sync your frame rate 100%, of course, right? But it's vanilla Skylines these days. It goes down pretty smooth. And if you're literally brand new to the game, you don't even know the struggles, eh? When the game first came out, if you can picture this, there were no tunnels. You could not change the direction of your one-way roads. Like this button here just was not in the game. There was no day-night cycle. After Dark was the first DLC that brought that in. I'm trying to think of some more crazy stuff. It was a kooky game. No idea, you know? And all of that was just, it didn't matter. It was such a fun, pleasant experience playing this game. As you guys know, if you're brand new to the game now, like, it's such a gem. I think a lot of us, like, still, like, fondly hold those first few hours in the game, like, very high in our mind's eye. So just, you enjoy them if you're in it right now, eh? And it really is the process. Like, we're not all yumbles off the get-go, eh? We can't just wake up and just, like, build intersections, you know? It's the process. And it's, like, everything you learn on the way, and, like, depends on where you are, like, you know, in the world, like, culture, all that stuff. There's so many factors. If you're building a European city, an American city, if you live in Germany, if you live in Japan, if you live in Canada, you know what I mean? There's just so many factors that will affect your gameplay. And because we're all like in these different places with our own thoughts and stuff, when you come together and share that, like that's what makes this community and this game, this experience just so unique. I like it. You don't have to be a professional to play, which is really fun too. And then there are professionals that do play. So like seeing that comparison too, right? Like, my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, enough about the feels here, you know? So eventually we'll upgrade this into a tree-lined road, and we'll get the palm trees going. That'll be really fun. Let's come from here. And let's, let's name the street, and I think we'll call that the episode 1. Not too much ranting today, which is kind of good. I'm going to have to come back, I think, and we're going to have to do some terraforming. Let's play a bit more some bridges here, because I think the bridges look really fresh. These bridges are from the Bridges and Piers content creator pack. Go figure. Very nice, though. And I want to try to meander the highway road just very casually into the curve of this. So I think this might be its final iteration, but I might maybe change this one more time. Yeah, it's just a little... So until we unlock the... what I'm looking for, terraforming, what we can try to do is longer segments. And that'll, you know, it's just a little bit better. Vanilla Skylines, you have to kind of use that a lot. Use your imagination, I guess is a polite way to put it, right? The game has a weird sense of humor sometimes. What's another analogy I got? Love-hate relationship. You love the game, game hates you. You know? You just put up with it. No, I think all jokes aside, this game forces you to be creative. I think, like, if you are patient, you can definitely surprise yourself. You'll get some stuff in there that you didn't think was possible. That flowed really nicely. Good job. Okay. See? Pleasant surprises because we're patient. Oh, that would have actually been really nice if that just kind of lined up. That also works too. Yeah, that's really nice actually. And you know, I feel like there's just enough room here too that we could justify like another bridge or so going up and over. And then I feel like I want to almost call these like First Crescent or First something, just so you kind of have a vibe of First Street. But I think official, like I was saying before, like this part of the highway is going to be like the dividing line here. Okay, so we need one more street in place. Otherwise, good planning for the moment today. Oh, there we are. So many new roads. Also, I mean, you know, just like, not to toot Paradox's horn too much here, right? Because they do a lot of DLCs. The game does get kind of pricey over time, you know what I mean? But I want to say a really nice thing about them. The fact that they add free content to the game, I think that's really darn cool. And a lot of these new roads are like part of the free content, so that's nifty. That's cool. I like that, eh? So First Avenue has a bit of room for some pedestrian stuff and some bike stuff in here too. That's cool. And then I just don't want it to get too wide, so we probably do this. And then it's no longer harbor. Oh boy, as I punch my microphone here, sorry. Yeah, it's not going to be harbor then the whole way down, eh? You know, let's not get too carried away. We're only on episode 1 right here. Let's maybe let some thoughts kind of pour out. But let's put 3-speed back on, and let's just do a pinch more zoning, and then we'll just call it a day here. And yeah, I'm going to just take a little quick break here, but I'm going to jump right back into recording the next episode, so it should have a good flow to it. And if you have any suggestions or thoughts, like definitely let me know. We'll try to get some of those in at some point. If I disagree with them, you'll never see them. But no, you know, I'm always interested in how you guys are, you know, enjoying the content and like what your thoughts are on the evolution of the city, right? I had the force instinct there just to like pause because we severed a power line, but we're okay. Perfect. I did sever this one though, so let's pause that really quickly. And then yeah, just our 3 squares in between. Is that 3 squares? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't count. Okay, trying to end strong here. Don't want to lose our momentum. All right, so that's reconnected. Just a little bit more residential. And that means we'll need some piping over here. And then let's name the first of our streets, and that'll be episode 1. I think my goodbyes, they're always so hard, you know? I just want to keep going forever. This game, I think, is a little bit addicting, eh? I think it might be. There could be a study just on that. So instead of Lee Avenue, this will be Harbor. Harbor Boulevard with the American spelling. And so that makes... this would be the A street then, eh? So what's a good A that maybe has something to do with good A? Take off, eh? It's a Canadian joke. Well, yeah, something Star Wars related maybe. Like A-Wing Street or something, eh? Oh my god, is that really what we're doing? Are you mental? Alright. Please give me a better suggestion than this, eh? Unless you guys love this. A-Wing Avenue. Oh my god, that is so perfect. Oh dear. Alright, so A-Wing, this is... oh my god, First Streets. I think I might lose sleep over that tonight. So that's first. I thought it said Emma Watson for a second. I was like, oh, interesting. So First Street, Second Street, Third, and then 4th Avenue. I think that's such a fun, I love it. 3rd Street. 3rd and then 4th Avenue. Let's go. Cool. A-Wing Avenue. My God. All right, well, I think that's it, eh? This is episode 1. What a fun little start. As I start the monologue, of course, eh? So yeah, picture this, but more Latin. I think the music is good, though, eh? We'll let our commentator make his comment, then I'll make mine. Actually, you know what? The one thing I want? While he chats, I'll just put this in place. Okay, there we go. So this is episode 1. I'm Imperial Jedi. I appreciate you hanging out. We've made it through the first milestone. We're ready to rapidly expand the city. I think we have a really good start to the framework here too. I love the fact that the grids are continuing. It's looking strong. We have some room to grow and expand. There's still room to throw in like parks, plazas. We have to have a really strong public transit system, you know? We got to bring people down to the waterfront, to our baseball area, to our nightlife spots. Like, man, it's gonna have it all. A little bit all over the place, because that's kind of like how we are with the brand, but if you enjoy this, I hope we see you again. If you made it this far, like, subscribe. My goodness, guys. Hit the like button, too. It really does help, which is kind of like a weird thing, but help me out here. And then join our Discord. Find me on Twitch. I'll be streaming on YouTube soon. The vibe will be different, so whatever kind of, like, suits your mood, you come see us. And if ever you need help or anything like that, especially Skylines stuff, you come see me. There we go. Another milestone. Perfect. Great little segue. All right, guys. Well, happy building. Stay hydrated. Hope you're enjoying the start to our series, and I'll see you again. Take care of yourselves, and make sure you're staying well. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next episode. All the best.